Right, players playing in the World Cup this year who have just been IPO'd. Is there any value in them? So let's talk about it. First, let's speak about their potential value. Now, none of them play in performance-based leagues. They've got no chance of media. And most of them, not all of them, but most of them that have been IPO'd on the 9th, the 10th and the 11th of May, most of them play for the underdogs. So you've got to say it's likely that they'll only play 3 games. So they only hold value for 3 games when they're eligible for performance buzz. And that's if they even start as well. We don't know much about them. So I'm going to look at the stats and we can then make our mind up from there. So the data I recorded was the price rise of every IPO player. And then I put an average price rise, a most common price rise, and we'll also look at the highest price rise and what could be the reasons for that. So first of all, it was the goalkeepers. And as you can see, the highest price rise that a goalkeeper come out as was 3p. Okay, so the average price rise was 1.8p and the most common was 2p. So straight away you can see there that there's not much flipping opportunity at all. Historically as well, goalkeepers perform the weakest when it comes to performance buzz. So there is not much value at all in getting on goalkeepers. Okay, as we move on to defenders, we can see that some defenders, actually, the most common rise amongst defenders was no rise at all. All right, so the average was 6.2p without transfer rumours, and the average with transfer rumours was 11.7p. Now, Arias was the player who has loosely been linked with West Ham and Swansea. There was a good few rumours in January, and there's a couple of articles in the last month that have come up. So I think that Arias's price rise, which was 83p, the highest by far, has been massively inflated by that transfer rumour. So that's why I did an average without the transfer rumour, which was 6.2p, and the average with the transfer rumour, which was 11.7p. The most common, though, was 0p. So with defenders, you have got to look deeper into the players coming up, whether this worth getting on them from value that may come from somewhere else, as in with Arias. Now, we had a couple of 15p rises, we had a 29p rises, but the most common was 0p. And without that transfer rumour to back anything up, the average was 11p. Let's move on to midfielders. Now, the average for midfielders, which was quite surprising, was less than defenders' rise. 3.3p was the average, and the most common was 2p. And we see the highest, which again by double from the one below it, was 12p. There was no transfer rumoured midfielders, so that the highest rise was smaller than the defenders, and as we're going to see with the forwards too. So if you're looking to get on midfielders, again, you could maybe, if you got on at 25p and a player rose from 25p, 12p, there's a flipping opportunity there. But as you can see, the average is 3.3p. So again, there's not a lot of room there for action to flip. Now let's go to forwards. As we can see, let's do the average without transfer rumours first, 7.7p. So that's actually below defenders, which is quite surprising again. There was no most common, as there were all the price rises were different, but the lowest we have here is 0 pence. The highest by far was Adama, which was £2.40. The Middlesbrough left back, Chelsea rumours, really pushed his price up by far from anyone else. The other players we have, Hechan, he's linked to Spurs and Liverpool. And Arzani, the Australian wonder kid, is looking to leave, and there has been rumours that he could be going to Italy, I believe, which again would be a performance buzz league. So all the players that have rose 50p and above from the defenders to the forwards have all got transfer rumours to heighten their value. So the average price-wise with transfer rumours was 43.7p. Obviously, adding my £2.40 massively inflated that, but that was the average. Without transfer rumours, just 7.7p. So what can we learn from these stats when we're thinking about getting on the more obscure players in the World Cup for IPOs? Unless they have transfer rumours, the reward on average is not big enough. Now, a lot of people they buy into IPOs to flip. Usually the IPOs come in, they hold a lot more value because they play for teams in performance buzz leagues, or they play for teams who are in the Champions League, Europa League. So there's value there of, you know, a certain amount of games over a period, okay? But these players, they could hold value for a little under a week once their 3 games are played. So unless there's something else that heightens their value, like a transfer rumour, where they could be moving to a performance buzz league, the reward is not good enough. Does that mean you ignore these players totally? For IPOs, I will be ignoring them. But obviously they are playing in the World Cup, and there is shocks in the World Cup all the time. So you've got to keep an eye on them. And if they do perform, if they're players that actually turn out to be stars or good for performance buzz, play it fixture to fixture. You know, if there's value there, if they're, you know, the game 1 is over, their team's won, they've recorded a good score, then there's value. So there might be an opportunity to get on them then. Okay, but now there's new IPOs coming out this week, Monday the 14th, maybe 4 days again. But just keep these stats in mind when you're, you know, doing your research into these players. Really look for that extra bit of value that they can add apart from the World Cup, and you'll be fine. Because otherwise, with IPOs, I mean, me personally, I've never had any luck of getting anywhere near the average price rise of without transfer rumours of any of these. So if we go back, goalkeepers 1.8p, no. Defenders without transfer rumours 6p, never got close. Without transfer rumours forward 7p, never got close. Okay, so it is notoriously quite tough to get on near the price, the opening price. There are traders who are quite good and they do it often. Me personally, I've never had any success. So unless there's added value to back up these players, I won't be touching them, but I will keep an open mind going into the World Cup. Right, so that's my advice for IPOs. I'll keep a close eye on them this week, and if what we've learned here changes, I will do another video with more information that might give us a bit more to go on. And if it turns out that actually last week was, you know, not as spot on as the stats would tell us, and this week actually the price rises of them a lot more, I will do another video and we can then look at the overall averages for 2 weeks and go from there. Right, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.